2023 has been one tough year. In fact, probably the only thing that went right was having my daughter. Hi, my friends. My name is Mehar, and as 2023 is coming to an end, let's reflect together. And I want to share my biggest lessons, career lessons with you today. It's going to be a very vulnerable and a heart-to-heart conversation because it's going to be a chit-chat over chai session with me alone after a long time. So as I was journaling in my diary and really thinking about this year and how quickly it's really flown by, I think this year for me had more lows than highs, and I will talk to you a little bit about that. And I'm sure many of you are in the same position where you're thinking that you didn't really achieve too much this year, and I totally resonate with that because I myself am feeling that, and just trying to probably make this video to make myself feel a little bit better and just, get it all out in the open so that I can start the new year with a clean slate. And I hope this gives you the motivation to do the same. If you look at my last year self-reflection video where I talked about what is my biggest goal for this year, I think in my head the biggest goal for me was to have a baby, was to get pregnant. And I didn't share that with anybody, of course, but it was a goal of mine. And that one goal I have definitely planned well and have achieved well because we gave birth to our daughter Alana on the 20th of October. And that's been my highlight of this year. Literally, if I think back to 2023, this will be a milestone year because I will always remember it as the year that I gave birth to my daughter, my first child. And that's why this year is going to be special to me, always and forever etched in my memory. So I started this year with a lot of energy on the business front, on the career front. I was very energized to achieve a lot of things. Of course, this personal goal was at the back of my mind, but so many things have happened this year that I think I want to break down and share those career lessons with you because these lessons are invaluable, and every year, every day teaches us something that we should either do more of or less of. So definitely this year has come with a lot of ups and downs, but a lot of good lessons, and those are the lessons that I want to carry forward with me to the next year. So my biggest career lesson of 2023 is definitely that your career is impacted by other things that are happening in your life. Now for me, that was of course, like I said, I started the year really strong. I was very energized. I had so many things I wanted to achieve: revenue targets, team targets, social media targets, brand partnership targets. I wanted to launch a podcast. I wanted to launch products. I wanted to expand my team. I wanted to do more work in the UK. But because I found out that I was pregnant in March, after that, my health started getting affected. I did not have a very easy pregnancy. At least the first few months were very difficult for me. And that's why my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health was suffering. And when one part of your life is not doing so well, now whether that's relationships, whether that's finances, whether that is that you're studying somewhere, you're trying to upgrade your skills, all of that starts impacting your work, your professional life. And that's exactly what I witnessed. And the lesson here is that please don't think that your life is just about your career. Your life is a lot of different aspects, and your career is one part of it. And that's what I want to remind myself, that my life is my family, it's my education, it's my work, it's my recreation. All of these aspects deserve equal importance in my life. So if this year for me was focusing on this personal goal that I had, it did have an impact on my career. I did not achieve many of the goals that I set out to achieve. And that's the truth. So if you are in a similar position where you feel like, okay, yaar, I did not achieve all these goals that I wanted to achieve, but there may be other aspects of your life that you have done well in. So maybe, you have been a caregiver to one of your family members. Maybe you have completed another degree. Maybe you've taken a break and now you're ready to bounce back into the career world. It could be different things for different people. But remember that careers don't work in isolation. It's a lot of things that impact our careers, our career decisions, and just our professional life altogether. My second biggest career lesson, which is an extension of this, is that health is wealth. If your health is not okay, if your mental health is suffering, if you are physically not feeling fit, nothing in your life will feel all right. So like I said, I had a very difficult pregnancy. Hats off to those women who go to the office in their first trimester, in their second trimester. When I was feeling down and out, I couldn't even get off my bed, I couldn't even get off my sofa, and I work from home. So I can't even imagine what it is like to commute or sit in a meeting in a boardroom full of people when you are suffering on the inside in a way. So for me, morning sickness was really bad, and because my health was so bad, I had depressive thoughts. I did not feel like doing any work. I felt so unproductive. I felt useless. In fact, I was reading my diary and I was looking at some diary entries and journal entries from those days. And I just felt not like myself. I'm just writing things that are so depressive, and I'm just writing things in my diary that are so sad and so lifeless. I just lost the will to do anything. And I think it took me some time to snap back into my older version and be my normal self. And that happened in my 4th month of pregnancy. So really, I want to say that if you are somebody who has been in my position where, there is that your body and mind are not doing okay, I think you should prioritize that first. You can take a little bit of a break from your career, from what's important to you on the professional front, to focus on yourself first. Because if you don't feel fit, you won't be able to put in that energy into your work or into your aspirations or your goals. And that brings me to the 3rd point. And for me, the 3rd most important career lesson for this year is self-love is ultimately the most important thing. Self-love reminds me of this quote that is, how you love yourself teaches others on how to love you. If you don't value yourself, if you don't respect yourself, if you don't stand up for yourself, nobody else is going to. So the amount of affection and importance and love and prioritization you give to yourself is how you will train others around you, that you need to be treated with respect, you need to be treated with love, you need to be given importance. You are somebody with pride, you are somebody with a good amount of intelligence, you are somebody who's capable. You have to tell yourself that. So what you're saying to yourself, that inner dialogue matters a lot. You dictate the terms of how others treat you, and never ever compromise on that. Self-respect is the most important thing and the most valuable lesson that you need to remember. Because if you don't respect your opinions, if you don't respect who you are, what you stand for, you will see other people not doing the same as well. I'm not saying that you should be selfish or you should, give up on other people and just focus on yourself, become vain and arrogant. No. What I'm saying is that once you start to value yourself, once you start to realize that, yes, I am somebody with a strong opinion, I am somebody who has done great things in their life, it's a privilege to know me or to work with me or to be with me, then you will see that other people also treat you like that. So be there for other people. Be there for other people when they need you. But that doesn't mean that you leave yourself behind. Don't be so nice that people start to not value you or they stomp all over you. You don't want to be a pushover. You don't want to be a doormat, because you need to be your own best friend. And that is something that I've definitely learned this year. Another thing, I don't know if it's a career lesson or not, but I have definitely become more protective of who I am and what my life entails, and I've become a little bit more private. So I'm not running to make 100 friends. I'm not running to go to every party. I am not waiting to share stuff on social media like I used to at one point of time. I think I've become more respectful of my inner world and my inner space, and private life is private. I mean, I understand that I am somebody who is a social media personality. I am somebody who has that career and has that profile of being a public figure in some ways, and people expect to see things from me, and that's all right. But I have definitely drawn a line, and I want to protect that space of what I want to share and what I don't want to share. And especially now that I have this cute little baby at home, I am so protective of her. She's my responsibility. She's somebody who is dependent on me completely. I feel that urge to, just be there for her and just make sure she's in this protective shell. I'm not saying that I'm going to stop sharing completely, but yes, I have become very, very, I think, conscious of who I want to share those things with. So instead of putting an Instagram story, for example, I'll send a picture of my daughter, Alana, to 5-6 of my closest friends on WhatsApp, right? So that's how I see myself changing now. Yeah, just remembering that private life is private and not everybody needs to have a sneak peek. My next tip is, and probably this is the biggest lesson of this year, is that nobody is going to give a about your career the way you do, right? Nobody is going to want to treat your business the way you do. Nobody is going to speak up for you beyond a point. Nobody is going to advocate for you or support beyond a point unless and until you do it for yourself. And I realized this is that I had a very big team at the beginning of this year, and we were all very motivated to achieve a few goals, and we did a very, very good, strong goal setting exercise in the last year. And some of the goals were on track, like I said, in the first quarter of this year, and then I fell sick and I just couldn't perform and the team was dependent on me. And that's when I realized that if I'm absent, if I don't give in my 100% to the business, I don't see that same reciprocation from other people. And that's just fair in a way, because it's my business, it's my baby. Nobody's going to love my baby the way I love my baby, right? So same for your career, is that you have to realize that you can't be 100% dependent on, let's say, a mentor, a sponsor, your boss, even a colleague, because they are not going to fight for you. They are not going to vouch for you beyond a point, right? They are going to focus on their life, on their career. Everybody other than probably our parents who want the best for us, nobody else will treat you the way you would treat yourself. So for example, when I realized that I need to be present for my team to perform, for me to be completely in my business, doing everything by myself, is when the things in my business started to change. So for example, we were unable to hit 500K for 1.5 years almost. And when I started putting my heart and soul into my business in the summer of this year, that's when we saw the results, that's when we saw the numbers. So I feel like you have to put in the effort more for other people to put it as well. So whether that's your career, whether that's working in a team, whether that's running your own business, whether it's a relationship, if you give it your 100%, you'll see the people give it their 100% as well. And if they don't, then it's not the right fit, it's not the right person, it's not the right team, or it's not the right business. So if you see that you are putting everything and you do not get that in return, that means you're either working in the wrong place or with the wrong person. And that's when you just zone out or just start something else or find somebody else to do that work. And the last career lesson for me for 2023 is that you have to do things for yourself. And what I mean by that is, I know this is not a duplication of the previous point. This is basically what I'm trying to say is that if you feel that you don't have the energy to achieve your goals, if you feel that, I'll just be mediocre, I'll just make sure things are good, or I'll do the bare minimum, right? Then you're going to get the bare minimum result. Don't do something because other people are telling you to do it, If your dad is telling you to finish a degree, if your parents are telling you to get married, that is not going to be, at the end of the day, it's not going to give you happiness, it's not going to give you satisfaction, it's not going to give you long-term happiness and fulfillment. So if you are making a decision for yourself, make sure you are wholeheartedly making that decision. Because after a point of time, if you do something for someone else, after a while that motivation will run out. But until and unless that motivation is coming from within, you won't have anything to be running after. If you do the bare minimum at work, somebody else will get that promotion. If you do the bare minimum in your relationship, your partner will probably find somebody else, right? You have to realize that you want to put in your heart and soul into something, and you will see the results. The results will show. So for example, like I said, I did not achieve many of my goals of 2023, and I am feeling really, really bad about that. But at the end of the day, I realized that I did not put my 100% into my work. I did not put my 100% into my business. My focus was to start a family, and that was the biggest goal for this year that I have been able to achieve. So looking back, I'm probably not going to regret so much that, okay, I did not give my 100% to my career because I had Alana. But in the long run, I want her to be proud of me. I want her to have a working independent mother. I want her to look up to me, right? And all those reasons are the reasons for me to probably shift my focus for 2024. So yes, I don't want to do the bare minimum anymore. I want to take on 2024 full on, and I want to do great things. And I'm sure you'll see great things from me, from my page, from my business in this coming year. And I think this has been a very like a diary entry kind of a video. I hope you find it useful, and I hope you resonate with some of the things that I'm saying. But definitely for those who have been able to make it through this year somehow and push themselves through this year, please remember that you're not alone. I've also been in a place where I feel down and out and low many times. I'm sure there are some kind of goals that you have achieved somewhere that you should be proud of, and you should take on with you for the rest of your career and in 2024. Let me know what is your biggest career lesson of 2023 in the comments below, and let me know if you want to see more such candid chit chat over chai sessions with me. And I'm hoping that the next year is even better for all of us. I'll be back next week with the final video for this year, where we can probably sit together and either make a vision board or do some kind of goal setting exercise together. But until then, remember, do it for yourself. I'll be back soon. Bye.